What do you eat? Wolf meat.
Ram meat. How you like it? How you like it? Raw, raw, raw.
As the Lakeside-Lake Hamilton rivalry gained prestige, traditions began to form at both schools during the week of the big game.
Even from when we were kids, they would be all over the place, like cheerleaders and pep rallies and stuff.
Had signs and stuff, bonfires.
We'd have pep rallies,
Yeah.
the night before, and a big bonfire, and our pep rallies in the gym. You would have them in the gym, and they were always a little more louder than usual, more skits than usual. Brought more people in there.
That's
Sometimes
right.
we'd have older people that might come in and say something or.
They, would have the week of Spirit Week before the Lakeside game, and one of the days that I do remember they had was Rich and Cool Day, because to Lake Hamilton at that time, they thought Lakeside was the rich and cool, the preppy, and of course Lakeside had the hillbilly days, and they thought we all had on cowboy boots and drove trucks and that sort of thing. So one of my favorite moments as a teacher on Rich and Cool Day was I had a student. He walked in just in his normal clothes on Rich and Cool Day, and I said, "You didn't dress up for Rich and Cool Day. What's the deal?" He said, "Yes, I did. I wore socks." And so he had socks on with his shoes, and normally he didn't wear socks, and so that was his version of being rich and cool.
Lakeside head coach Paul Humphreys also noticed a change on the field.
Lake Hamilton started increasing their play, and we're getting better and better every year. Actually, when Lake Hamilton beat us, and then at our place, and then when we went back over, then we won that game.
This back-and-forth trend would continue until 1984, when Lake Hamilton began to assume a role of dominance in the rivalry.
Teams beat each other. Rivalry. It's not a rivalry unless both sides win some of the games. You can call it everything you want to. But in the last few years, when you look at all those one team winning all the games, that's hardly constitutes a rivalry. It's up to both. It's up to the team that's not in power, so to speak, to make it one.
Once again, a single game was able to change the entire course of this rivalry.
I stepped in, like I say, pretty rough times, and I think Lake Hamilton had beaten Lakeside 16 years in a row, and we beat them. We beat them 13-12, and came down to the very last part of the game, and it was just great. We made a goal line stand to stop them, and then we. Of course, we were up 13-12. But we made some great plays defensively.
There was a few seconds left in the game. I had a sack on the quarterback, put him out of field goal range. Kicker missed the field goal. End of the game.
This win was monumental for both the Rams and their fans.
It was huge, huge. Everybody was excited. It was if we didn't win a single game that whole year, that was one game that you could tell the hallways were ecstatic that we won.
It was such a big win for our fans that they kept the scoreboard on all night long and all weekend. It was like, and I walked out after I got all the kids out of the stands, out of the field house, and check on the injuries, see if anybody was hurt or anything like that. And there was still hundreds, if not thousands, of people still left in the stand. And I stayed up here till 12:30, 1 o'clock, and they didn't want to turn the lights off. It was that big of a win for our fans.
By this time, the rivalry had risen to its greatest height yet, but with every rise, there must come a great fall.